Hey guys, it is Sunday, Social Security's roundup, and I apologize. I am again late. This is two Sundays in a row, because usually I like to get this out by the earlier morning, like 8 o'clock for all the early risers who happen to just want to watch it and see what went down last week if they weren't, up for watching any videos with regard to Social Security, all things Social Security. Yeah, so I'm late again because it's after 12 now, and I apologize. I'm Eastern Standard Time. It was just busy. I had to do some errands, and yesterday was busy. I was trying to get some work done here for a client. And then something later with my family, which I thought was kind of funny that some of you might appreciate. We were trying to make a family playlist of songs. I have teenage kids because I started really late with the kids. And, they like all this modern stuff, which I'm not really into. But they're not really into my older stuff, which is a lot of 80s, 70s, that kind of thing. So my son had devised this entire, you take turns, you pick, you get voted out, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? I was trying to pick like funny songs and kind of like make you laugh or some motivational. I did one religious one, which my kids are like, oh no. And I'm like, you wouldn't dare vote that one out. Anyway, it was all kind of in fun. But here's what they did vote out for me. Couldn't believe it. Now I gotta remember. Rod Stewart's You're in My Heart. I think that's what it's called. That's a great old tune, right? They also voted out. All right. This one was funny because me and my sisters used to sing this when we were kids, like in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. I don't know when it came out. And I come from a family mostly of short people. What am I going to say? Yeah. Randy Newman, short people. Look it up on Spotify if you don't know it. It's hysterical. It's like ostensibly anti-short people. I am a short person. I think it's incredibly funny. When I was a kid, we thought it was funny. We used to sing it out loud. And it's like, negative on short people in a funny way. It's obviously meant to be humorous. Some people don't have humor these days about anything like that. But anyway, I did. But my family was like, really, Mom? And they voted me out. And I can't remember the other one. Oh, Sweet Caroline. Neil Diamond voted me out. They're like, oh my God, I hear it all the time. No, 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 it's on the radio. I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of uplifting and sing along. Anyway, I got voted out. I got some other good ones in there. I got Lee Greenwood in there. Queen, another one, Bites the Dust. My son used to do a little break dance when he was like 5 that we have on tape someplace. And so he kind of remembers the song. But anyway, some of them lasted. All right, let's go to this. I'm sorry. I'm just babbling about why I'm so late. Okay, so last Sunday we did the roundup, of course. And we also that came out was that was the 21st, January 21st. So we're doing the 21st until the 27th. All right, so that's Sunday to Saturday, January 21st, 2024 to January 27th, 2024. So in addition to the roundup, we had, and I'm a little lost here. Forgive. Yeah, okay. So a little video on how your income can affect your spouse's eligibility for SSI. So if I'm not going to go into the details, but your income, if you have any, is going to, at some point, depending on what kind of income it is, affect your spouse's eligibility for SSI, whether he has gotten it yet or is just applying for it. And you're going to want to know about that, just so you have a heads up in case you're counting on him getting SSI or her. Okay, that was Sunday. On Monday, we had a video regarding some of SSA best evidence practices for a stronger case and the time frame you should be looking at when it comes to medical evidence that you want to get in before the SSA. That was Monday. On Tuesday, the 23rd, this was about what happens if you move to a different state while you have a pending SSI or SSD claim and what could be the effects. On Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that was Tuesday. Wednesday, the 24th, this was an item in the news with regard to a CDR that resulted in not only the individual being ceased with his disability benefits ultimately, but because of some choices he made in terms of reporting or not reporting activity, he actually got prosecuted for what they considered to be fraud, either in not reporting or in reporting false statements and signing them. And of course, this came from the OIG. I think it was the OIG. If not, it was otherwise in the news. I can't recall, but and the article did not give those details, but I put it out not on a Friday fraud law review, which I typically would, which I also missed this week. I'm very sorry, because it affects CDR, and the big myth that you can't lose it if you're in your late 50s or early 60s, that once you have disability, they're going to leave you alone. It's not true if the chips fall, like if what you're doing makes a CDR cease you. I mean, you just have to be aware. We have lots of videos on CDR, including a not too distant one that was about the actual list the SSA puts out as to what's going to cause a CDR, aside from the fact that we all have a diary date for a CDR, by and large. Okay, January 25th. This was a certain kind of living arrangement that when you fail to report this is regards to SSI for the most part, when you fail to report a change in living arrangement compared to when you last reported, that's considered misleading the SSA oftentimes. So if you fail to report a change or continue to sign off that the living arrangement has not changed when it has, that's falsifying statements to the SSA. And again, that can mean prosecution. You have to really be transparent and be upfront. And you may lose SSI because the new information makes you not eligible, but it really beats losing it and getting prosecuted, don't you think? Okay, on the 26th, this was a real life incident where a CE examiner did something in a report that I thought was very inappropriate, and I was just sharing it. It does happen sometimes, not typically though, in all fairness, but I did point it out. I had also reported it to the SSA as more of an objection, like this part of his report, you really shouldn't be considering because, and maybe you should think twice about using him again, because I felt it was very inappropriate. And you could see that there on January 26th. On the 27th, so that was yesterday, Saturday, I was using a sample ALJ denial and pointing out, some people think once you're over 50, ooh, in Lake Flint, not so. And it talks about a 50-year-old with an RFC. You might want to look that up. We have videos on that, I believe, if you don't know what it is, of both unskilled, but with a limited light exertional, and how that can result, and largely will result, in a denial. So you're going to want to check that out if you're trying to get a grasp on how RFCs affect the entire decision of whether you're going to be found disabled or not. And by the way, that would be true on a CDR as well. Okay, so 28th. Oh yeah, we're not going to do the one came out today. We'll save that till next week. You can go watch it though, just for a heads up. I'll just mention what it is. It explains the danger of when your part-time hours that are not SGA can still put a danger to your case. So you got to kind of take a look, see when hours are going to affect you. And that again would be when you have a pending claim, and after you have a pending claim, when you've already become a successful beneficiary, things to just take note of. Okay. That looks like it's it, guys, for the week of January 21st to January 27th. All right. Sorry, I'm late. I'll try not to be next time. I know.